പിന്നെ സിനിമയുടെ പാഷൻ കാണണമെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ വരണം. There's a film called SANTOSH. SANTOSH. They thought I made the film. You made a film on yourself. So I said, no.
Hi all, it's Silas Ram, AsianCultureVulture.com. We're at the Cannes Film Festival and I'm with the amazing cinematographer, director SANTOSH SIVAN, who's getting a special award called the Pierre Angénieux Award for cinematographers. He's the first Asian to be winning this award. Mr. SIVAN, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. I've been very happy to be in Cannes.
How's your Cannes experience been? Have you come before?
This is my first visit actually.
Right.
Of course I walked around a bit, but I've not been given much opportunity to see the rest of Cannes or see any films. Thanks to all these interviews and that's happening. Yeah.
So tell me, what you've had a long, very successful career and you're still working very hard. And what is the film that stays with you? What is your favourite film that you worked on?
Yeah, I think most films are like babies, so all of them are very special. So I can't pinpoint any particular film. All the journey is very interesting. Whether they were successful or not is not the real question. The thing is that I enjoyed doing most of them. Right now I'm actually directing a film and shooting it called Zuni. Zuni. It is on Habba Khatun, the Kashmiri poet.
Okay. And how far are you into the...
I only finished a bit. I am waiting for AR Rahman to give me music.
I see.
So that I can actually start filming the rest of it. Meanwhile, I'm of course shooting a film called Lahore 47 with Sunny Deol, as Rajkumar Santosh is the director. Amir Khan is the producer of that. And I'm very excited to do my next film with Ritesh Deshmukh, who is doing Shivaji, Maharaja. He's acting also and directing. And we have Janelia, his wife, who's producing the film with Gio.
So the relationships with directors, especially Mani Ratnam, how's that? Did these all develop over time? How can you describe it? Is the relationship with Mani Ratnam, is it special? Is it different to all the others?
It's very special because we understand each other. So every film we have to do something new, and we spend a lot of time actually before shoot to just because every time you do have conversations, it grows into something better. A film song like Chaya Chaya, we must have actually traveled so many train journeys until you realize that why should we do this song? And we decided that we should do this song because it should recreate the childhood nostalgia. So that means going through a tunnel is important. So most of the time we try to find out why we want to do something. When and how is secondary. So the important thing is why. And then Mani Ratnam is someone who is very versatile in any subject, whether it's art or you can have a great conversation on anything. So it's fun to be with him while we actually do wrecking locations, seeing locations and discussing. So we spend a lot of time.
Yeah, so you like that process of
I love that
being
process.
with the director, talking to him.
Yeah, but not everyone gives you that.
Of course. Yeah, so you prefer it when you get some chance to.
Yeah, because even when they're doing the music composition, like when we were doing Roja, I have sat with AR Rahman. We was new that time while he was doing music. Yeah.
Well, that's a very special triangle, I think. Mani Ratnam, AR Rahman.
Even before that,
it's a very special
before that,
team.
when I was doing Dalapati, it was Ilayaraja.
Right. Yeah.
He was also very special.
Another great composer. Yeah.
But the process is very interesting.
Okay. So take us. What film has meant the most to you in terms of recognition? You felt that you got the deserved praise.
I did a very small film which I directed called The Terrorist.
Oh yes, of course.
So that was the first film to go to Sundance. In fact, it went to all the festivals. It was a very small film, only 20 lakhs that time.
Okay.
Then it went to Cairo, International Awards. There, John Malkovich was the jury chairman. He gave the film all the awards. Best actress, best director, best film. Then he released the film all over US. And then later, Michael Ondaatje, the writer, he released it all over UK. So I think, when you do something, and also to make it interesting, it was also nominated for Independent Spirit Award. So it was only Indian film actually. So I think sometimes you never expected that kind of. Sometimes when you do a film, you expect it to do some things. Sometimes that doesn't happen. But when you do films with big stars, is what this Rome world. Like Ashoka is Rome world because of Shah Rukh Khan and all these people. Like that.
And what gives you satisfaction? Is it working very closely with the director, or working with big stars, or working with somebody like AR Rahman and the whole?
No, I think basically if the director has a passion and he wants to do something different, and there's a new energy and a new kind of something new that they're starting to do, that excites you, because you don't want to do the same thing again. Because most of the time when someone approaches me to shoot, they will ask me to do something that I've done before, which just doesn't fascinate me.
And between directing and being a cinematographer, how do you balance that?
No, I don't direct. I only direct sometimes.
I see. You prefer being a...
See, it's two different jobs actually.
Right, yes.
Being a director means you have to have a PR, you have to interact with so many people like financiers, everything, and your relationship with the actors are different. Whereas as a cinematographer, it's a very zen kind of a life. You interact with nature, you interact with actors for that time, you interact with the director, then it's your free time. So it's two different kind of thing. But I shoot my own films. I tend to shoot my own films because I feel that if you are a writer, then you will write your own films. So if you are directing, then this is the best thing I can offer. So why not I shoot? And also most of the actors would prefer if I shoot myself.
Of course, yeah. So take me back when you were a young man, thinking about what to do with your life, in a professional. Did you come through it as a photographer initially? What was that process like?
No, I used to sketch and paint. So my grandmother used to encourage me a lot. And later on, my father was a very proficient still photographer and documentary filmmaker. So I had some knowledge through him because I used to travel with him as a kid. And most of those travels have led to films that I made later on. So, and he was my only mentor. So, my first visual education was given by my grandmother, who used to teach in the palace. So, he used to bring calendars of Raja Ravi paintings and which illustrated mythology. And she would explain the stories. So, I was very fascinated and started imagining these things, which is why I have a little fascination for period films. Because some filmmakers like to create their own world, and some people like to do it realistic. So I like to create my own world, actually.
Yeah, I think that's always best.
Because of which I'm doing this new film called Zuni on Habba Khatun's life. It's a 16th century Akbar's time, so which I find very, very interesting.
You like that kind of historical drama?
It is historical, but you can create your own.
Yeah, it gives you a license to use your imagination.
Exactly.
And,
you don't have to have any traditional way of trying to make it realistic.
So, what has most changed over the time that you've been a cinematographer?
The biggest change has been the transition from film to digital. Yeah. But I think,
you miss working on film?
Yeah, it is sometimes you miss, but the fact is that change is inevitable. Yeah. See, my grandmother told me when I used to sketch that the painting is an original. My father told me the negative is original. Today in digital world, the copy is original. Yeah. So now today you have AI and all these things. So I think what we should do is we should embrace change and use it minimally, but to your advantage. So change is going to happen. It's going to be more now than before. See, as a cinematographer, you have to grow both ways. One, you have to have roots like the tree, then only you can grow up. So the roots can go into your culture and your travel and everything, and the tree can be the technological developments that's happening and discovering new worlds. So I think a cinematographer has to grow two ways.
And what challenges are left for you? What do you still have ambitions?
Actually, the biggest challenge I used to have was the fact that I wanted to be invited by the American Society of Cinematography. So that happened 10 years back. That was something that I actually wanted to. I never dreamt of winning this Angénieux award. It is a surprise. So I think these things happen. You don't expect But after the ASC, I have the option of going to Hollywood and shooting there. But then I think that one lifetime is not enough to shoot all over India. Then how I can go there, leaving your family and all that. Oh, yeah. So I don't go there.
So you don't. Do you like shooting in the West or with Western filmmakers?
No, I've tried a couple of them, but I think I made an English film called Before the Rains, where I shot it in Kerala with Western actors. Yeah. So I think somewhere you want to tell your own stories, no? Right. So, and also you're not that young anymore to be adventurous and go and
but you're young in spirit, I think, in ambition and the canvas. Where do you see Indian cinema now as somebody who travels around and is very respected in this role? Ambassador famous.
Indian cinema is actually unique because from so many places where I've met, so many festivals I've gone, I think India is the only place where the Western Hollywood has not come and taken over the industry. That is largely because of our way of making films, because Indian art, visual arts and everything, our programs, everything is decorative, like our music. So it is not easy for some Western people to come and shoot a song or understand that kind of nuances in so we are okay. Whereas Europe and all is totally absorbed by Hollywood. We have still that signature something. Just like Chinese have the martial arts, you also have your own thing. But at the same time, today's younger people are of course much more exposed to Western world, and their filmmaking has slightly differed. So you also have films that will enter festivals and competitions. Even before it used to be there, but now it's much more.
Yeah, so you see that change amongst the younger generation?
A little bit changes there, but largely the main focus is on the big mass films, which are getting bigger because of competition from the OTT market. They want to make it larger than life. And India, fortunately, has a large diaspora outside the country, which supports these films. So there is a financial advantage too.
How do you see Bollywood then and regional cinema? Is that a subject that you've given any thought to? Because obviously regional cinema has been very strong over the last few years, and in some ways it's more popular than Bollywood.
Yeah, actually regional film has always been good if the story is universal. I remember one of the first films I shot, Roja was dubbed and became big in Hindi. So there are a lot of films like that. Even now Telugu films are doing very well. So now you no longer have that kind of, you can have a South film doing extremely well in Bollywood. That's also because the kind of formula that they embrace. It's not formula, it is a superhero kind of films, action, larger than life, which now the Hindi folks also like to see. So you also have now Bollywood turning into that, like films like Pathan and Jawan. It's basically a rehash of South Indian films. Yeah.
So I would like you to say something in Malayalam, but maybe about your Cannes experience, so we can, put it out front in the video. So.
വളരെ മനോഹരമായ സ്ഥലമാണ് കാൻസ്. ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചേക്കാളും എത്രയോ മടങ്ങ് ബെറ്ററാണ് ആക്ച്വലി. പിന്നെ സിനിമയുടെ പാഷൻ കാണണമെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ വരണം. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഭയങ്കര പാഷനും അവർ സെലിബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും ഇവിടെ. ഇപ്പം നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലും ഫെസ്റ്റിവലൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ അവിടെ ഒന്നും ഫോക്കസ് ഇല്ല. ഇവിടെ ആണെങ്കിൽ കാൺസ് ആൾക്കാർ ഫ്രഞ്ച് സിനിമയെ ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ട് അപ്രിഷ്യേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. പക്ഷേ കേരള ഫിലിം ഫെസ്റ്റിവലിൽ നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടുകാരെ ഒന്നും വലിയ അപ്രിസിയേഷനൊന്നുമില്ല. വിഷയം വെളിയിലുള്ള പടങ്ങൾ മതി. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ സ്വന്തം കാര്യങ്ങൾ നോക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ തന്നെ വേണം. അപ്പോൾ അതൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് പഠിക്കാം ഇവിടെ ചെന്ന്. ഞാൻ ആക്ച്വലി ഇവിടുത്തെ ജോയിൻറ്റ് സെക്രട്ടറി, നമ്മുടെ ബ്രോഡ്കാസ്റ്റിംഗ് അങ്ങനെ കണ്ടപ്പോൾ സഞ്ജീവ് ശർമ്മ അയാളുടെ പറഞ്ഞു, സന്തോഷ് നമുക്ക് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം നമ്മുടെ ഗോവൻ ഫെസ്റ്റിവലും ഇതൊക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ആക്ച്വലി നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാരെയും നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാരുടെ ടാലൻറ്റിനെയും നമ്മൾ പുഷ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാൻ ഡെഫിനറ്റായിട്ട് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. നമ്മൾ ചോദിക്കാമെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. പക്ഷെ അവർ ഭയങ്കര ഈഗറാണ്, ബിക്കോസ് അവരുടെ പവലിയനിലൊക്കെ നല്ല ആക്ടിവിറ്റിയാണ്. They're very active, actually. I think this government is very good that way. Yeah. They really want India to be pushed up in the map. And I just met one of the main organizers of Cannes Festival. So he told me very specifically, Indian presence and Allah presence.
Yeah, it's very good. Yes, I mean, you haven't seen any of the.
No, actually, there's a film called Santosh. So they thought I made the film. So I said, you made a film on yourself. So I said, no. So I've been entirely different thing. I said. Yeah. Actually, Malayalam Vanaprastham was here.
Oh yes, that's it.
Shaji.
But you didn't come that time. Oh, okay. But it's very interesting that yours was the last film in competition, and now here we are some 30 years
Actually,
later.
this is very good award because you're given red carpet, and it's I must have met just about every magazine. I must have got interview from Variety to American Cinematography, everyone. It's very, very, very nice actually. It actually gives you a sense of having accomplished something. Only thing is, I feel that after this, should I retire?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was great. Wonderful.